Hello, Internet. Welcome to our place, a place of love, faith, and growth. It has been my desire to create some content video of our life here on the farm since we bought the land 2 years ago already. We live in Quebec, Canada, so we have full winter here. And this video has been recorded in December. That was meant to be my December vlog. But as soon as we turned January, I got a big cold and it impacted my voice. So I just postponed and postponed. But December started with a big snowstorm. We've been out of electricity for a couple of times and a couple of hours every time. But after the storm comes the sunshine. And look at that. This is so beautiful. I couldn't resist to take some pictures and make some videos to show you that big snow stayed on the branches and the trees for many days, which is not the normality. Usually it melts down within a day. So I'm taking this opportunity to show you around the place, and it is just so beautiful with the snow. I'm guessing some of you don't have snow at your place, so it might be interesting to see what it looks like. We are starting our third winter here, and it is still a new lifestyle here for us. I've always lived in the country, but it was just a house in the country until we changed our life and bought that abandoned farm to start kind of a homestead. I like to say a homestead, but it is not like fully a homestead yet. But since we have animals, like we have those two Clydesdales horses, we have hens that lays eggs, different colors. I love to have blue eggs, greenish eggs, and brown, of course. White eventually. We still don't have any white eggs. And meat chickens during the summer. I started a garden that doubles every summer. Well, it's only been 2 summers yet, so it doubled and more than doubled, but I have plans to make it bigger even this summer. And I've started to learn to garden vegetables because I've always been a big flowers gardener, but I was not interested at all in veggies. Um, but this is part of the new lifestyle here, part of the homestead. You will hear about how we came up to live here and buy the farm. What's our story? What's our projects? What we've learned so far, what we are learning, what I can share with all of you. What are our passions? And let's start with my husband. His passion is to work with the horses, so the horses are for him. Actually, I have nothing against horses, but it's not my love. And here we can see that he was spraying the manure with the tractor, but this was just a run test because this summer this job will be done with those horses there. The Clydesdale horses are horses to work with. So last winter he worked a lot with them to get some trees out of the wood. So the plan is to work with them to cut the hay during the summer, to spread the manure, to get the trees out of the wood during the winter, and of course to enjoy some rides. So it is winter. We're gonna do some sleigh rides, but during the summer we have a boogie. I don't know if it's a good word, but a boogie that we can, a little bit like the Amish style, and we can sit more than 10 people there at the back. So that will be for the summer. Honestly, you really need to love taking care of the horses because just to put all the equipment on to do a small sleigh ride, it took 45 minutes for my husband to place all those and clip them and fix everything. This was our first ride for the winter, but during this winter, we are planning to invite some guests and have fun taking rides as a group of people instead of just me and my husband. Don't worry, I got up there. As you can see, we have trails there all around the field, and it's been done with a big antique roll. It's a wood roll to be pulled by the horses to do the trails, and it flattens the snow actually, so we can do it with the horses or even the tractor. So for this time, I think my husband has done it with the tractor, but the goal is to use the horses. Here you have a little view of my garden during the winter, and all those big wood stick there are for a pergola that is on the making. Now, on my side, there's multiple things I love to do. Every day I work on digital files. I just love that. Since I've learned how to play with the pictures and assembling them together and playing with Procreate, it's been a true passion. My other passion that I have since more than 20 years now is to create soaps. And during December, it's the perfect month to create soaps because I love to give some during the holiday seasons to my family, friends. You know, it's always good. It's a good gift, actually. So I've been creating a couple of soaps because I was literally out of stock and I really needed to make some. So that day I had a friend coming over and we did some soaps together. And now we are the next day and I can cut the soap We need to let them cure for at least 24 hours, but not really much more because they would be hardening too much. So I'm cutting the soaps, and you can see when I create the soaps, it's a big slab, and then I can cut 3/4 of an inch or an inch large, depending if I want a big soap or a smaller. And then I always identify which scent I've put in. So that blue aqua one is a beach scent, and it smells so good. This one is green apple, and it truly smells like green apple. I was really impressed. So I don't know if you know about the origin of Odulcina. I can tell you that the meaning of Odulcina has been totally invented by me, and it was related to soaps. So I'll put a link in the description below for the video that I've done more than a year ago explaining what it means and how I came up with that name originally for my soaps. As you can see, I have a stamp for my soap, and I love to stamp Odulcina on the soap. Look how lovely it is. So it's a true passion to me, and I love to create soap cupcakes too. Yeah, aren't they gorgeous? They're the perfect gift. At night, I love as well to do some crafting, as you can guess. And here I just decided to film myself in the process of doing wax seals. I am how we can say I love productivity, and it's part of my brain. I cannot function without being productive. My brain always love and try to find a way to be more productive. So those wax seals, they were not melting quick enough, and I was getting bored, and it was taking too long between the wax seals. So I bought two, and well, since I bought a third one, yeah, I just can't help myself without doing that. It's yeah, it is who I am. So you're gonna see in my vlogs that I love production. I love to create in batches, in big amounts, and I love it to be efficient. So in order to have fun with the wax seals, I needed two at least, and now I have three of those. So I can really be busy, and it feels to me like I'm not wasting my time waiting for the wax to melt down. I really do enjoy those nights where I have an herbal tea or a coffee, I watch a video, and I do some crafting. Tonight it's the wax seals. I wanted to create a big batch of it because, I always find that the setup takes sometimes more time than doing the wax seals. So when I do some wax seals, I love to do a big batch, and then I'm good to go for a couple of weeks or even months. And my favorite part is melting the wax. So when I take the spoon and I just mix it all together like this, seeing the color like that and the texture, I just love. Of course, it's December, so I've been prepping for the holiday season. I wanted to do the cookies. This is the favorite recipe of every kid's. It's Joanna Gaines' recipe chocolate chip cookies. And since I've tried it, I never done any other recipe. I found it on Pinterest, so just look for Joanna Gain from Magnola, and it's the best. Full sugar, of course, full carbs, and but yeah, it's a real treat. So because she has 5 kids, I guess her batch makes like 40 cookies. But because, as you now know, I love to work in batches and in big amounts, so I did a double recipe. So I ended up with more than 100 cookies, which is perfect to me. I put them in smaller batches in the freezer, and depending on how many people I have, I can get a bag or two or even three together if I need some. The other thing that I've been working in December was my what I called Anne's treasure bag. Just all the cutest charms that I love and use over and over. So those camé, those cloth hangers to do the dresses, and some wax seal. They are now available in my shop, by the way. So we also do some projects together, and me and my husband. And the big project this winter will be to keep going on in our wood. We have 15 acres of wood, of mature wood, that has never been cleaned, or actually, it's been cleaned so long ago that we started last winter to cut some trees, and these are all the branches that were left there. So it's been holding there, but we now have that wood chipper, and it's a true blessing. So we worked 3 hours during that day to clean the wood. It doesn't show that much. So I'm doing this little video as kind of before, and eventually we're gonna have the after. And the wood is the soil there is really wet. It's really like hard to go there. It's if it's been raining, and during the whole summer we barely could get in. We placed a lot of rocks there during the summer, and as soon as we were going there with heavy equipment like the tractor, the rocks would just go in the soil. So now we are putting the wood chips on top, and we hope that with time we can just have to add a little bit of or a lot of wood chip and have some trails, because the goal is to go with the golf cart or the horses, or just take some walks in the wood following those trails. And of course, to get the wood out of the wood, we need to have some trails. So yeah, it's gonna be a big work over years, but let's say we started. After all, it's a junk journal channel here, so I've been working on this open spine journal, and I just thought I could put little clips. I've been unboxing your Creative Studio box, and that really inspired me to create a junk journal with it. I am so blessed to be able to work and make a living out of my passion, with which is all related to junk journals, like the digitals and the fabric and everything. So I'm gonna finish this little vlog for December. We are now between Christmas and New Year. All the snow melted down. It is raining, but we had bought tickets to go see what we call Le Village Québécois d'Antan, which is in Drummondville, like maybe 40 minutes drive from our place. And it's an historical little village that they built it or rebuilt it, because all the houses there were true houses that has been moved to that site or unbuilt and rebuilded. And you have actors there. I would say actors, but people working there, and they talk like if it was their house. So they know the story of the house, and they just talk over like if the house is still living, and they pretend they are in the latest years of 1800. So this is the general store, and you can actually buy some handmade soaps there and some candies, of course, for the kids. And they have a couple of handmade things that they've done on site. At the exit of this general store, we found it so funny. So they are doing some acting there on the site, and that lady was shouting out loud, "Have you seen my husband? He's blonde, he's tall, and he's useless." That was so funny. So this is me, Anne, and my husband, Christian. We have found each other almost 8 years ago now. We are a reconstructed family of 7 kids, so I have 4 of my own and he has 3. We don't have any kids together, and we are Christian believers. We live on the farm, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. So I will say bye for now and see you in the next vlog.